Hello and welcome to Books and Beyond. I'm your host, Jimmy Bennett. Books and Beyond is the show where we try to help authors, artists, anybody with a creative talent personify their aspirations. I just want to mention real quickly CAPA, the Connecticut Authors and Publishers Association, great resource for writers, illustrators, agents, publishers. We meet every third Monday of every month. Sorry, look at this, all this tongue-tied. What's going on here? And we're on Zoom right now. If you go to the Southeastern Connecticut CAPA webpage, you can find the time and the place and the link. I hope you'll join us. And I am very excited to be back in the studio after so many months and months of isolation. And I'm really excited today because I have a very special guest, Tish Rabe. She's a prolific children's author and a personal friend of mine.
It's true.
You know?
They're both true.
So what's up? How are you doing today, Tish?
I am great. And again, really glad to see you in person. It's really, really nice to be back. And super excited to tell everybody about my new book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me tell you, what did you do? How did you spend your time in COVID?
Well, it was interesting because I do a lot of school author visits. And all of a sudden, I can't do any school author visits. So I decided to start my own company, Tish Rabe Books, and create brand new books for kids and families about important issues. And I put together a great team. I have an executive editor, Jennifer Perry, who for 15 years was the vice president and publisher for Sesame Street Books. So she came on to help me, and we've worked together, and we've got some great books in the works.
That's great.
It's exciting.
Oh, that's great. That's kismet, huh? She moved to East Lyme, you were telling me earlier, right?
She did. She moved from New York to Lyme. I'm like, well, she's an hour away. I mean, this is
perfect.
amazing.
Yeah, that's
perfect.
great. So this particular book, what inspired you to write this book?
Well, it's interesting. It had come to my attention that sleep is super important for all of us, but it really helps kids learn and thrive and grow. And with all the unrest going on in the world, that sleep was becoming a very, very important issue for today's young families. And I have 5 grandchildren, and I've seen it in my own family, that it's a lot to come home from work, get your child something to eat, dinner, and then get them into bed. So I created a book called Sweet Dreams Ahead, Time for Bed. And it's really, I've never done this before, it's really 3 books in one. It's a storybook to read to your child as they're going to sleep. And then so the first part of the book, I'll read a couple pages. It starts with, it's time for us to end our day. Time to tuck the day away. Now the sun is going to sleep. Splish, splash, soapy hands and feet. And basically, it's a rhythmic and rhyming, restful storybook to get everybody just sort of calmed down. And then the second part of the book, this is really a book that's 3 books in one, for sure. The second part of the book is tips for parents and caregivers on how to get your children ready to relax and go to sleep. So one of them is 30 to 60 minutes before you tuck them in is time for their bedtime routine to begin. One thing to share about all my children's books, they all rhyme. It's what I do 24/7. Every minute of every living day, I'm rhyming something. But they're easy to read aloud to your child as well. If you want to read the tips, you can. They're all rhyming, and they're pretty sweet. And the third part of this book, which I'm very proud of, is a lullaby, which I wrote to the tune of Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. The sound of your voice when you read and sing is what your child loves more than anything. And I made it really simple. Night is here, today is done. It's time to sleep, my little one. Now it's time to feel the day softly, slowly slip away. Tomorrow will be bright and new, and I will share it all with you. Now the sky's lit by the moon. Sweet dreams will be coming soon. So close your eyes, and when you do, know now and always I love you.
Yeah,
Twinkle, twinkle. I mean,
nice,
come on, it's a
very
classic
nice.
standard.
I like it. That's great.
Well, and I encourage everybody, never say, I never sing to my kids because I can't sing.
Right.
They're going to love your voice no matter
Yeah.
how croaky it
Yeah.
is or whatever.
Yeah.
They just love to have you sing to them. So we really encourage that a
Well,
lot.
and I think it's important. One of the points you were making about in this time of stress
Yes.
and everything that's going on,
Yes.
and sleep. I've heard a lot about this. My children are both older and grown, out of the house, so I
Mine too.
don't have to deal with it. But they say that kids that are doing the virtual learning and
Yes.
that kind of thing, their sleep patterns are all screwed up. They're
Mm-hmm.
they're isolated, so they're staying up later or playing video games or whatever.
Yep.
And I just know from when I was a parent, when I was raising my children, that was one thing we did keep was a pretty strict sleep schedule.
And it's
it seemed
interesting.
benefited my kids,
It's interesting you bring that up because one of the big things is to turn off, things with noise and light and
Right.
screens. Cell phone, laptop, television,
Right.
so that they can start to calm down and
Yeah.
unwind. Very, very, very important.
Yeah,
Sure.
I mean, and I think, like you say, sleep is important.
Yes, we could all
Yeah, we
use a
could-
little
I mean, we
more
could all use
sleep.
another hour, right?
We could all use a little more sleep.
I want to talk a little bit about the book.
Yeah.
I loved the illustrations.
Yes.
And tell me
I
about
am
how you found this one.
thrilled with the illustrations. A couple of years ago, I wrote a series of books called Huff and Puff about a little train. And Huff and Puff have too much stuff.
Yeah.
And an illustrator from the UK, her name is Jill Guile, did all the illustrations, and they were absolutely gorgeous. So when I wanted to do a book about sleep and restful sleep and beautiful, adorable animals, I literally got on her website and I called her out of the clear blue sky. A little thing some people don't know is a lot of publishing houses, when the author and illustrator work together, they never talk to each other, they never email each other. The editors keep them far apart. And I've written over 170 children's books. So I've been
Yes.
doing this a long time. And I just out of the blue called her. She was so surprised to hear from me. She was like, hello! And so she does unbelievable, beautiful drawings, and they're all hand painted.
Wow.
This is not done on computer. All of these images you're seeing now, she drew for black and white, and then she colored them with hand painting.
Wow.
It's amazing. She's amazing.
So that's funny when you say that they keep the illustrators and the authors apart, because, I mean, you want somebody to show your vision.
Right.
I mean, you must have a picture in your head
Yep. Well, the
of
interesting
how things are gonna,
Yeah, and one of the many interesting things is with this book, since my own company was creating it, I was allowed to do that and say, how about if the little dog is, fixing the little pajamas on the puppy for the cover.
Right.
All of a sudden I could, back in the day when you write a book for a huge publisher, you turn in your words. You are the author, you turn in your words. And a year later, you open the front door of your house and there's a box of books. That's it.
Wow, yeah.
I had never done hire the illustrator. I'd never done get them printed. I'd never done any of that.
Right.
So it's been a learning Spike, I think.
Do you think
Spike.
you and Jill will get together and do some more?
She just emailed me this morning. She just got her books and said she would leap at the chance
Nice.
to do another book. That was
Great.
the direct quote.
Great.
So I'm
And
quoting
did
her.
now, did you pick out all the animals for the book, or did she?
We worked on it
interject?
together. So cute. She sent my editor, Jennifer Perry, and myself a list of animals that she likes to draw. It was a riot.
Okay.
Okay, so zebra, crocodile, giraffe. So we picked them, and it was just such a fun experience.
Right.
Very proud of it and thrilled about it.
That is, I mean, it must be really personally satisfying to have more control and more,
Yes. Yep. And also the fun thing for us was we got this book out in 9 months. Children's books take years. I mean, a lot of the books I've written take 2 years. You never know in publishing what year it is because they're always saying, "Oh, this is a 224 title," and you're like, "What? 2024?" You're like, "What?"
Yeah.
But these books came out in 9 months.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. Now, what was the other thing? Oh, yes. The printing.
Yes, and the printing, I was very excited. We talked to printers all across the United States and ended up printing at GHP Media in West Haven, Connecticut, an hour away, and they invited us to go see the printing. I have been writing children's books since the 80s. I have never seen one of my books come off the press, and it was hugely exciting. And the other thing that was fun is we did the book in English and in Spanish.
Right. Yep.
Yep. So it was really nice to do 2 versions, and but seeing those big color pieces of paper come off the press was pretty exciting.
I saw one of your posts on Facebook,
Yep.
and you were showing some pictures.
Yep.
And the one thing that kind of caught my eye was the guy with the eyepiece.
That's right.
He had the eyepiece, and he's going over
Checking the color.
checking all the colors and the illustrations out. Because, I mean, my books, they're printed. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's just type.
It's
So
yeah,
it's not
right.
that. You look at the cover, it's type after that. It's nothing. But
Right.
with a children's book, I can see where you'd want to look at every page carefully to make sure that there's nothing
Right.
off or
The water
something's-
really looks blue and not
Yeah,
purple.
right, yeah,
That kind of stuff.
yeah.
Yes.
So that's really cool. Now the Spanish part,
Yes.
which I think is wonderful. That is a great, I mean, Spanish is. I think there's more Hispanics now in Connecticut than there are anybody
maybe.
else.
Yeah,
So,
sure.
I mean, it's nice to give them, your work. Mm-hmm. But I mean, ¿su hablas en español?
No.
right.
No. Fortunately, I have done a Spanish book before.
Okay.
And I hired a friend of mine, Dan Gonzalez, who does a beautiful job. And it was really interesting to be the president of Tish Rabe Books and not have a clue what one word in this book was. I just had to have faith, that Dulce Sueños or something like that means, sweet dreams. But it was a lot of fun, and it's getting great response. Great response.
So I'm kind of interested in. I'm wondering, does your rhymes translate in Spanish?
Now, what we decided to do was not to try to rhyme them in Spanish.
Okay.
It took Random House something like 2 years to translate The Cat in the Hat, into Spanish. El Gato and El Sombrero, or whatever it was.
Really? Yeah.
And they wanted to make it rhyme. And it's just so difficult. And to me, that was kind of not the point. I mean, I love to rhyme,
Right.
But I wanted to get the messages out. That was the important goal.
Right.
So not having it rhyme in Spanish was okay with me.
I was always kind of wondering about that.
It's a great question.
Well, there's a lot of things that get translated, and you wonder how, even songs and stuff, and you wonder how they work that out because, obviously, hat and cat.
That was
sombrero and el gato.
It's not going to work.
It's
I
not
know.
a rhyme, you know what I mean?
know.
So that's
challenging.
That's pretty great.
It is.
Are you gonna plan on doing Spanish books? Versions?
Well, it's interesting, yes, and it's interesting to tell you about. Our company has a very unique business plan. We're very small. I have a team of 4, and I write all the books myself, and they're all in rhyme. So we are talking to companies who have little issues. I have a book coming out in a couple months, so I'll be back because
Well, all right,
you're
good.
always the first show I do. I don't
telling
know
you,
how this works out.
I might put Scoop Bennett in there.
Scoop in there. And this one is about kids and money. I know it sounds crazy.
Oh, no, that's great.
But they said there's nothing out there, and I have 3 triplet bunnies, Honey Fern, who loves to earn, Sunny Dave, who loves to save, and Funny Ben, who loves to spend.
Wow.
And then at the last chapter, little pages in the book, I have them give. So it's earn, save, spend, give. It's called Days Can Be Sunny for Bunnies and Money. Oh, surprise, it rhymes.
That's that's a really great, I'm just thinking about it now. I mean, I'm not an expert on children's books, but I don't really remember.
Nope.
That's quite a nice, that's a good subject.
It is. It really is.
To deal with for children.
Yep.
You know?
And it's for 1st and 2nd grade. This book is for 2 to 5-year-olds, the Sweet Dreams Ahead, Time for Bed. But the Bunnies and Money book is 5 to 7, so 1st and 2nd grade.
Good.
Little bit older.
Well, that's good. I mean, I think I imagine nowadays kids, younger children especially, probably don't even understand the concept of money when, mom takes her Apple phone and
Right.
sticks it up to the thing and goes,
Right.
oh, that's all you got to do? That's great.
Or takes your credit
Oh,
card.
good. Well,
Oh, wait a minute.
I've been looking at this for a week now.
Well, we were laughing because when I was researching during the book, somebody said the core curriculum for 2nd grade was identifying coins. This is a penny, this is a nickel, this is a dime. And everyone's looking at each other going, there's not any coins in our house.
Yeah,
I don't know how we're
Yeah.
going to pull this off, So this is more, the ideas of money and how to manage.
I think it's a great theme. And it's also, I think we need to do more of that now when children are younger. Mm-hmm. There's just so many, they keep talking about, which is true. I mean, I'm a big believer like this. In high school, they should maybe skip some of the classes and do a class about budgeting your money.
Oh, yeah. So you understand your college
how
loan.
What a mortgage is, and
Yes.
what interest is, and how much you're paying on your credit cards every month, and
Yeah.
that kind of thing, which is,
true.
because I see a lot of it in younger people that just don't seem to understand.
That they had to pay the college loans back.
Yeah, or
you missed
or they
that.
got their debit card and like, how could I be overdrawn? Well,
It happens.
a couple
Happens to
trips to
everybody.
Taco Bell at
And
12
that's
o'clock
it.
at night, you're done, So, you got to think about, and that's nice. So you're going to try to, all your books, you're going to try to send messages and...
And for right now, we're going to give it a try. I'm hoping to work on a new one about healthy nutrition.
Good.
But my goal is to make them fun and kind of goofy.
Right.
The 3 bunnies on Days Can Be Sunny is for Bunnies and Money is yet another UK illustrator, and they're a riot. The 3 of them are jumping all over the place. There's 3 7-year-old triplets, so that the books are fun to read,
Right.
Including educational.
Right.
So yeah.
So
Crazy.
you say UK seems to be your go-to.
I don't know,
illustrated
2 in a
country, huh?
row. I'm 2 for 2.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
That's good. Isn't it? I mean, the world is so
Yes.
unbelievable now with the communication,
The,
and Zoom.
the
and
hardest time we had was remembering that they were 5 hours behind us or ahead of
Right,
us.
yeah.
No one can make the Zooms on time. We're all like,
Right.
what? What? Who? What?
Right.
Wait a minute.
And one important thing I want to point out, and I think you want people to know this too, is that you're not like a traditional book publishing
True.
company. You're not taking manuscripts or books or.
You're right. You're right.
So don't drive Tish crazy. Don't send your books and your ideas and your stuff.
Right.
She's busy enough doing her own thing, which is good.
We are definitely a kind of a unique model.
Right.
But I've written so many books for so many different characters. It's really fun to write for my own characters. It's been
Yeah.
a blast.
Yeah. Coming up with new characters and stuff, is that...
That's what I love
after
to do.
170,
Well, it's funny because I wrote for a lot of licensed characters like Clifford and Curious George and Blue's Clues and The Cat in the Hat. But now I'm coming up with original characters. So I'm really in love with the Bunny family. Wait till you meet them.
Yeah,
You're going to love them.
Yeah, that sounds great. I don't know...
Well, one thing we want to be sure to let everybody know, 2 things I want to share. One is my website, which is tishrabe.com, is very, very full of all kinds of free stuff for kids. I have coloring sheets, and I have read-along videos, and I have sing-along videos, and I have animations. And on the second page of my brand new website, I sing the Sweet Dreams Lullaby to my granddaughter, my 10-month-old granddaughter. So there's a lot there. It's iPhone friendly. If you're standing in the grocery line and the kids have a meltdown, just let them listen to something we're doing, because it's really, really fun and all of that. And the other thing, to be able to get a book, they are on Amazon. And if you just type in Sweet Dreams Ahead, Time for Bed, and my name, Tish Rabe, it pops right up. The other thing is, if you look on Amazon, ours is one of the few good night books that's yellow. And this is an interesting design feature, because a lot of the good night books are dark. Dark sky, dark moon, dark. And what I wanted to do, and our art director, Joel Woodman, helped us, is I wanted a good go-to-sleep book that was also reassuring and cheerful.
Right.
A lot of kids are afraid of the dark, afraid of nighttime, so I wanted it to have like a glow, kind of a golden glow.
Right.
So that kind of sets it apart from some of the books on the shelf there. But yeah, it's very, very exciting.
Well, I mean, you are known as a singing author.
I am indeed, yes. That is true.
Which is, now, they're opening the schools back up. I'm
Yes.
sure this year's maybe be a wash.
I think it's going to be a wash
But
for us. Yeah.
next year, are you hoping to...
I'm hoping to come back. I love, love, love going to school visits and singing to the kids. And it's been a tough. I was booked solid right when COVID hit.
Right.
I was in West Virginia with a school, and right in March, and they pulled everybody. And that was my last visit, was March 5th. We drove back to Connecticut from West Virginia, and the first case was in West Virginia the next day.
Oh, boy.
So I look forward to, hopefully someday we can go back to doing them. I've done some Zooms. I can do it, but it's not the same.
No.
You know, I can definitely do it. It's nice, it's fun. But being with the kids is just magic.
Yeah.
It really is. Because you're seeing your end user, you know what I mean? They're holding the book, and they're, asking you questions, and, it's really, really fun. So I can't wait.
Yeah, I mean, I hope so. I mean, things look like they're coming around a little bit.
Yeah. Let's hope.
I mean, I had the Chinese takeout myself, and I got over it. And then I got vaccinated.
Yep.
I mean, I'm not planning on going to Miami Beach anytime soon.
Yeah, no, that's not a place to be.
Still got to be a little careful, but even as an author, I'm hoping to get back out there.
Yes.
It's extremely hard, and I feel for like authors, artists.
Yep.
All these people. Did you happen to notice I was driving to downtown Mystic the other day, and at the top of Baptist Hill, there was a sign on the thing. It said, local artist, art for sale, just pointing toward the house.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so my wife always jokes. She says, I'm just going to take a table, put local author on a board,
right.
put the table out there and
see what happens.
Buy a book if you want,
See what happens.
I said, I don't know. Yeah, it's I don't know how else we're going to do it.
Yep.
Trying to get out and it'd be nice. I just hope to be able to get out and do some more events.
Yes. And see the kids.
And that kind of thing.
Yep.
So you got that going.
I got that going, and I always sing the singing author song too, which is real short. I'm the singing author, it's what I do, and I am proud of all of you. You read and write, and I can tell that you do it very well. Keep reading and writing, and you will see you might be an author just like me. This is why you have me on here.
Yeah,
just
that's why I love
sing
it.
to you all day.
Hey, and you know what? Not only are you a singing author,
yes,
you're also a singer.
That is correct.
Okay,
yes.
a fantastic singer.
Oh, thank you.
I've seen you perform.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Any hope of getting
Well,
back
let's
into
hope.
that?
Our band is called Tish Rabe and Friends. We have a fabulous quintet, and we play Mystic. We now are booked in July and August outside.
Yep.
but we are counting the minutes until we can get back inside and play.
You have some book for this
July,
August?
yep. July, we're going to be at Harkness in July.
No
and
kidding.
We're going to play Holy Smoke in
Oh,
August.
wow.
And they're both outdoor venues, so that's great.
Oh.
And we're hoping the Steak Loft and Mystic will have entertainers back. They used to have, I think, 5 nights a week somebody perform there.
I don't even know what the regulation on that is now.
Great question. Indoors, I don't know. I
know that some places are having indoor,
performing.
But it might be a matter of how many people you can put into the room too.
That's
now,
right.
Even though they say 100%, people aren't realizing that. Still means you have to be 6 feet apart and separated, and
And for me as a singer, singing is one of the most complicated ones of all because you're breathing out,
Right.
So, but I hope so. Tish Rabe and friends will come back because we're ready.
Yeah.
I haven't sung in a bar in a year, so I'm ready.
That's true too. Yeah, that's the last. I really hope. I think things will come around. I mean, I
hope so too.
I mean, I think what you're doing here too is just a fantastic thing, and it's so nice to see you, off on your own now. I know we've talked about, and you have had a great career, and you've written for some great people and some great subjects and themes.
Yep.
But you know what?
Yep. We'll give it a try.
I think this matches anything that you've done.
Oh, I appreciate it.
I really do.
I really do.
I think that this is absolutely fantastic, and I can't wait till I have some grandkids so I can.
Hey, keep them coming. Those
I almost
grandkids.
sent this to my son in Jersey. As sort of like a little hint.
A little,
like,
a little push. A little push. You can have somebody who can read this too.
Yeah. Why don't you practice with this and
But no, seriously, check out my website, tishrabe.com. Shoot me an email, tishrabe@gmail. It's 8 letters, Tishrabe. And and we're going to have a new book out very soon, which means I'll be back.
Yep, and you're going to be you're on Facebook too.
Yes, yep, Tish Rabe Books.
Is that a new page that went up?
It could be, yes. I have a wonderful person who helps me with that. So,
right.
We're all over the place.
You're gathering up quite a big team here, aren't you?
It is. It's really
good.
wonderful.
Yeah.
So, they're a great team, and they were a lot of help.
Right. Yeah. Well, it does.
Right.
I mean, even me, I've had a lot of help from other people.
Oh, you need it. You do.
It's
when you go out on your own.
And I
it's
still
real.
need a lot more. but we're good. And well, I can't thank you enough for coming on the show.
It was so much fun. I had a blast.
It really is. It is every time. And I can't wait to have you back when your new book comes out.
Days Can Be Sunny for Bunnies and Money.
That's
absolutely going to happen.
I'm looking forward to that one. I think I'm going to be the third one there, Bennett's Men's, but that's all right, that'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I wish you all the luck in the world, Tish. You know that.
Thank you. And you too.
Well, it's a lot of skill and stuff too. So,
I appreciate it. Well, it was fun to make. Sweet dreams ahead. Time for bed.
There you go. Yep. Well, thank you so much for joining us today on Books and Beyond. It was a great show. I have a great guest. It's great to be back in the studio. I just want everybody to stay safe. Do the right thing. Come on, we're getting there. If we all, try to be careful, maybe we can actually get together again, and that'd be nice.
That'd be great.
So until next time, this is Books and Beyond. Thank you very much.